And we are live. What's up, Eurovision people? My name is Sean, and I am joined once more with my Eurovision panel over here. You want to introduce yourself, starting to my, left?
That's me. That's your right.
Yes,
Hello,
it's
I'm
my
George
left. It's your
from
right.
Italy. And you, down below?
Well, hi, I'm Becca and I'm from Malta. And the next one right near.
No, the other
You're
side.
next.
Right
Oh,
here.
the
Other side, here. Hi, Heston from Estonia. Glad to be here again.
Nice. The last time we talked was about Sanremo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been a
I
long
believe
way
so, yeah.
since then, and we finally have 40 songs. We have two
Yes, we do.
semifinals, and today we're going to talk about one of them. We're going to start with semifinal one. I want to touch up quickly on the running order because that's what shapes the show. And I know Giorgio and I used to have a lot of, well, we still do have a lot of thoughts about it. I'm going to start with you, Giorgio. What do we think about this running order?
Well, they explained that it was put together because of the necessities and based on information about the performances that we don't know yet. So I believe that this is the best choice that they could make. But I don't think some things make much sense. For example, Latvia second, or well, that's not up to the producers, but four female ballads were drawn in the second half, and that part was really going to be painful. Now, imagine if Norway had chosen Death of Us by Elsie Bay. That would have been a nightmare. So, yeah, that's my only concern. And Armenia last, Armenia is one of my favorites, so I'm happy about it. I'm not going to complain, even though it's clearly not a closer song.
EPIX Eurovision Guy. What do we think?
I mean, yeah, we can't do anything about the draws, so the
It wasn't a
producers
draw.
have to just find a solution and pick the best running order possible. And I don't have anything against it. I mean, from the first half, I think Albania was really one of the only possible choices to start the show. Armenia closing, I mean, could have maybe been Norway, but doesn't really matter too much. And yeah, in between, the slower songs, there are more upbeat ones. So I think the running order is decent, not really anything to complain about.
And Bex, what do we think?
The fact they're gonna close with Armenia, I'm not really a big fan of, because I don't believe that closing with Armenia is gonna like it's a good song choice. And I believe that the first semifinals were kind of the weakest one compared to the second one. But as they said, I mean, there's nothing that we can do with the running order. Just I think they could have chosen a bit slightly better than it is now.
I think this running order isn't the best one, to be honest. I think semifinal two, which we'll talk about on another day, makes more sense, and particularly in the opening slots. And let's just hop straight to it. Who is opening? Hey, 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 hey,
Finland's
hey,
open.
hey, hey. Albania.
I think.
Um, Albania opening to me is interesting. It's definitely one of the most fan hyped songs, and I don't know. I could have seen a different opener if I was predicting with the running order, and certainly when I sent my predictions to Giorgio, I said Latvia's gonna open. But what do we think on Albania? And I know someone likes this song very much. Someone called Bex. So I'm gonna start with you.
I mean, I love this song. I've been playing the song ever since it came out, ever since it won its national final. I'm glad that they're gonna open the show. I mean, it's a very hyped song. It's a very good song. It's very hyped. It has a big beat, huge beat, not big beat. And I think I I think it's a good song choice to start with, to actually like give it a huge bang. Like, welcome to Eurovision.
Giorgio.
I mean, I think the song is really strong and it will make it to the final from any running order. Ronella is an amazing performer, and I'm happy that Albania is sending something that is not the same, festivalic engaged type of song for once. I think they will do very well. So, makes sense as an opener for me.
This is one of my
I'm not
favorites.
the biggest.
Go ahead, go ahead. I will
I'm not
finish
the
with
biggest
the
fan of
defense.
it. Yeah, finish with the positive. Not the biggest fan of it. Yeah, I like certain parts of it, but the whole song as a package, not really for me. I realize that it's most likely going to qualify. I don't hate it per se, but I don't love it either.
This is one of my favorite songs this year. Secret is, I always love these ethnic bangers. Um, it's the perfect ethnic banger performed with a lot of female conviction, and I just love it. It's in my top five for the whole year. So I was a little bit disappointed that it started because I'm worrying about its qualification chances, but I kind of feel like I think the person behind the running order is the same person behind the running order last year. He's a certain Dutch guy. I forgot his name. Um, and it kind of reminds me, like Albania opening kind of reminds me of San Marino opening last year, in the sense that it's the Eurovision hype fan wank. And I hope it doesn't have the same fate. Granted that this year might not be as strong comparatively as last year,
No, no, no.
but
This is a song that has a full package. While last year, I feel like what was her name? Senhit was not looking like something that people will vote for. Like Ronetta looks cool, while Senhit was just looking old. Old
oh,
and
I
awkward.
disagree. I disagree. There was way
Yeah,
too
it
much
was
makeup
looking
on that face for her to
ridiculous.
look
And
old.
Florida, who has heard about Florida ever since? What did he do? Whistle, which is 10 whole years ago. Yeah, it was not a good package.
Let's hope. Let's hope Albania will have a better result than San Marino
Yeah,
last
they
year.
totally will. And also, don't forget that Albania has like 40 automatic televoting points, 12 from the Italian televote, 12 from Macedonia, because immigrants. But for the first time in many years this year, I confide that Albania will be getting televoting points from other countries without an Albanian diaspora, because the React is strong enough.
I certainly hope so, as it's one of my favorites. Moving on. Oh, someone says that Albania is his winner of semifinal one. Yeah, it
Yeah,
might be mine as well.
yeah, I
So
can
let's
see
move
that
on
as well.
to the second song in the semifinal, and it's Latvia. And I'm gonna kick this off and say I really, really like Latvia. I always tend to do so, and I this would have been my preferred opener because it has that hype, it has that viral quality, and yeah, I really like Latvia, and I hope even from this perhaps non-favorable spot, I hope it qualifies. I know someone doesn't like Latvia down below me, so I'm gonna go straight to Gerd.
Um, yeah, I mean, I don't hate any songs this year. This is one of the only years that I remember that I don't hate any. There are certainly songs that I like less and I don't really listen to, but I don't hate anything strongly. Definitely not as strongly as I hated Latvia last year and the year before that. Uh, but yeah, they had their songs to select from, starting with Aminata, for example, and this is, I'd say, the wrong kind of silly. Um, okay, the message, are they being serious? Are they sarcastic? I don't know. I don't even care. The song, in my
They're not
opinion,
real
is
vegans.
just the sound and the song is just not strong enough. What makes it stand out more is the performance, the energy. Um, that is really the only thing that could potentially maybe be something that the public notices and gives them points. But the jury, no, I don't think they can get any jury points. So Latvia from
Any
the second
jury
spot.
points? Zero.
No, I mean maybe some, but yeah, they definitely will not qualify.
I mean, you said it all, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the song either. I wouldn't mind it if it qualified, but I don't really see it qualifying because the only strength it has is the performance and how charismatic it is. But does it stand out enough? Don't know about that. I feel like televoting wise, it will be a qualifier, but I don't know if it will, be enough to make it up for the lack of jury support. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think with the jury, musically, forget the lyrics, forget the whole number 2 spot thing. Musically, this to me can have the potential of a Lake Malawi. It's a really, really just based off of the song, it's a really commercial, fun song, and if they stage it right, which I believe they don't have much to do, I think musically the juries have no excuse. Whereas with Samantha Tina, who I loved and who I stand hard last year, I could see why there would be shortcomings even in the televotes.
You
But
give the
musically,
juries too much credit.
yeah,
In the end,
musically,
they
I'm
vote
sorry, but
based-
this is not commercial. You can't
musically,
Yeah, it's
compare
not
it to Lake
commercial either.
Malawi.
who's commercial? Norway then? We will get to that one later. But I think musically, this is quite there for the juries. I still don't think it's going to qualify with the juries, but I'm hoping that the televote would give this enough support to qualify. Any final thoughts on Latvia? Moving on to Latvia's closest neighbor,
Oh,
Lithuania. Someone loves this song very much, apparently. You want to go ahead?
yeah. Well, it's not like I love it very much because I have songs higher in my ranking, but I think this song is unique. Like, I was not expecting Lithuania to ever come up with anything like this, given their history. I've been listening lately to all national final songs since 2010, and gosh, Lithuania was the most painful country to go through because, yeah, I'm not going to elaborate, but I feel like this song is unique, and I'm confident that it will be a jury favorite. And I think Eastern Europe will love its vibes because all the people that I showed it to said that it reminds them of the 30s or of Soviet Union for some reason. So I don't know. It's a nostalgic song with
It's
its
got that a la Pugacheva classiness.
yeah. And what else? Yeah. If it didn't qualify, I will be very mad because something like this that does not deserve to be left in the semifinal. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's a very unique
Becky, I
song
know
as
you're a
well.
fan as well.
It's a very unique song. I mean, at first I was like, I was a bit skeptical, but then as I continue listening to it even further, it's a very unique song, and I get it. That's like there's this resemblance of the 30s, the 20s. It has also this kind of French vibe, and I'm not a big fan of French, but still, it's something that makes you want to listen more, and it's definitely
Lithuanian, in my
came as
opinion,
my
sounds better
faves.
than French. But I'm not a huge fan of French language in general. So
Same. But as George said, I mean, it would be a shame if this does not go through.
Yeah, I mean, what you said exactly. I think it sounds like a la Pugacheva. My mom thinks it sounds like French chansons. I wasn't the biggest fan of it at first, but the more I listened to it, the more I started to like it. And by now, yeah, it's definite qualifier for me. I think it stands out. It has its audience. It will get enough support from both the juries and the televote. Third spot isn't maybe the best, but coming after Latvia before Switzerland, it will stand out enough.
I think it has an amazing run in order, actually, because it's after two high energy songs and before the textbook definition of P break. So I think it's going to stand out amazingly, even though it's third, but it's well placed.
Yeah, definitely.
I really like Lithuania this year. I'm not used to liking Lithuania because it's probably one of my least favorite countries
Yeah,
in Eurovision.
my least
But
favorite
since
overall, I would say. And
but
this song
since the
really
Roop,
brings up the average.
yeah, since the Roop, they seem to have picked a very, very strategic way of picking their songs. I do think the running order, it wouldn't have. I mean, this song stands out from any running order. I think
Mhm.
it's just it stands on a plane of its own. It's like Hooverphonic last year. You know, you can place it anywhere and it would stand out. I actually don't think this is a borderline qualifier. I think Lithuania is sailing through. Remember
Well,
the days when we used to think that Lithuania is going to qualify with the shittiest song just because of their diaspora? And I think the Lithuanian diaspora is one that has stayed around in comparison to the Polish diaspora, which has completely
Polish
disappeared.
diaspora is overrated. Like
The
it only appeared
Romanian
in
diaspora,
2016, which is not
only
true.
150,000 Romanians watch Eurovision. I think Lithuania is safely going to the final this year, and it's like someone said. I think it's a televote and a jury
Mhm.
magnet.
And I
So
hope you're right. I
Mhm.
feel like my
yeah,
fellow Italians will give it many points. Like it's a type of
yeah,
sound that's going to be successful here.
simple, classy, something that Italians would find
Yeah,
fitting in Eurovision.
Very
Yeah,
and also
elegant.
France is voting in this semifinal, so I think they're set. Yeah, you're right. I don't doubt that they're going to qualify, but there's always that 1% of chance that they're not going to make it. So my heart will not be at peace until the 10th of May.
yeah. I mean, the bookies don't think this is going to qualify as we speak. So
The
of course
bookies
there
think
is a
that
chance.
Switzerland is going to qualify, my dear. I will not listen to them very
Oh,
much.
Off
oh
that
God,
tangent, let's talk about Switzerland. Bex, do you want to kick us off?
guys, do you cry? Because apparently boys do cry.
My eyes are untouched by tears.
I mean, it's a meh song for me. I mean, I don't want this song to see it pass to the final. I've listened to the song multiple times, and as soon as it comes on, I switch to another song because I don't like it. I'm so mean. I just don't like it.
No, you're not being mean. I am going to be mean now. Because
Oh,
Okay,
this
you have the
song,
floor then.
okay, this song, I'm convinced that it's going to be last in the semifinal. Like, good luck convincing anyone to vote for it because it has no melody. The lyrics are not good, they're pretentious. There's nothing going on in it. He's not emotional because the song is very cold. In my opinion, the delivery is very cold. And last but not least, there's no hotness factor. So there's no reason to vote for him.
You
There's
thought you were
absolutely no
mean, Bex.
reason. But there's no reason to vote for
I thought I
him.
was
Like,
being mean.
and people, like some people are convinced that the jurists are going to vote for this, but people just need to get out of the mentality that jurists are going to vote for any slow song led by a piano, especially when there are so many quality ballads in this semifinal. Like if I were a juror, I would be like, "Ooh, the ballad from Iceland, the ballad from Denmark, no Denmark, from Portugal, but not this one." So yeah, I think its chances are dead in the water. And I'm going to tell you a little fun story about it. I have a friend who was in the Swiss internal selection committees, 100 Eurofan volunteers from the country who start selecting the songs in September. They're actually all demos, and they also have to select the performers. And this friend of mine was so angry. He told me that he had placed Marius Bohr second to last. And you know what the Swiss TV did? They sent to his home a cake from the region Marius Bear is from. Yeah.
Really?
I want.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the cake was good, but he says the song puts me to shame as a Swiss.
I wanted
Wow.
cake.
Yeah, it's an almond cake.
Great. This is a song that for some reason I would expect you to like. Am I right?
You're insulting him.
you are. I like this. I don't mind it at all. It is not that high in my ranking.
You're insulting him. You're right.
I mean, it's not bad. It is not great. It is just
What
somewhere
it is.
there. I don't mind it. If it comes on, I won't skip it. But Yeah, it's probably not going to qualify. I don't see too much love coming in Swiss direction. Um, Last, I don't know. It's difficult to predict which song could take the last spot, but yeah, to see it qualify would be a surprise.
The surprise.
I said that the way, because remember when we were sitting in the restaurant in Tallinn in the town square, and you were telling me what kind of songs Estonians like, and basically they were all ballads. And when you came to the conversation, I thought exactly that. Um, I'm with most people on this one. It puts me to sleep. I also find lyrics to be really fucking stupid because it talks about mountains, rivers, trees, forests, and then all of a sudden, in the most random way, boys do cry. I mean,
Yeah, the
really,
lyrics are pretentious. Like, they make no
really,
sense.
Felix Sandman did it better.
Feels like he wrote a free verse
Yeah.
poem and then put it in verse. Like, he wrote a prose and then put it in verse.
Yeah, it's not great. I don't really think the juries will get behind this because remember last year we had Vincent Bueno from Austria, and I was
Mhm.
pretty much the only person on the planet who said the juries won't make this qualify, and they didn't. It came like 11th or 12th in the jury, and second to last, I think, with the public. And I see the same kind of. I think this is going to get the same result.
Yeah, I
And then
think
where
this
it
will be
is
less in the public
collectively,
vote, actually. Like, I
oh, for
wasn't
sure,
thinking
for
about the
sure.
juries, but
For sure, this is the candidate for 0 points.
yeah,
Like this has no immediacy.
maybe
It's
one
very
from
early in the
Estonia
running
who
order.
like
There's
ballads.
there's nothing going for this. I mean, unless they stage it in some, not even. I'm not gonna give staging that much credit. I don't see
Yeah.
any final for this. And I moving on. I don't see any final for Slovenia either.
Oh
Um,
Christ!
Go
next,
on,
please.
Becca. It's your meme moment.
I don't like this song. I mean, what's there to say about this song? He's just singing. That's it, and I don't like. Oh, it's one of it's one of his fave.
Sorry,
Just because of
Alex.
Switzerland.
Is
Sorry.
You
Alex from
see,
Switzerland? I hope
Yeah.
he
I
is.
think he might. I think he might be from Estonia.
He
Oh,
might
yeah.
be.
Oh, you see?
Something like that.
Yeah, if Estonia were in this, I mean, maybe Switzerland could get some points.
So yeah, Slovenia.
But continue with Slovenia, yeah.
I was saying I don't like this song. He's just simply singing. I mean, I know it's a band, but nah. I think for me this is would definitely for me would come last for me in the semi-final.
No, I don't agree with you on this because this
Oh.
song has a huge dorky energy, and some people are going to like it. Personally, I don't like it at all. I think that the singer has one of the worst voices that I've ever heard in my
Oh.
life.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Mm.
Come on.
No. I don't. He
I
doesn't
mean-
sound.
Did you hear how Serhat sang himself to the final? He missed
Yeah,
every
but
single
Serhat
fucking
wasn't
note.
singing.
Hey, na, na, na.
Excuse my French.
He was whispering.
Say na, na, na.
I consider him a whisperer, much like Selena Gomez. But yeah, about
Yeah, but
Slovenia.
he whispered every note out of tune. This guy at least hits all the notes.
Well, I don't think he's singing with his diaphragm still. Like, did I pronounce that right? Well, anyway, but still, that's a
Diaphragm.
personal opinion because I actually respect them because I respect the fact that Slovenia chose a song from Emma Fresh, which means they're giving new faces a chance. If it qualifies, I don't think it will, but if it does, I won't be too mad, even though I don't like the song.
Well, if
I'm
no one
afraid-
says anything, I'll be the positive one again. I do like this song. Again, I'm not used to being the most positive here.
Yeah,
But,
why am I
okay,
not
maybe it's-
surprised?
But yeah, it's really something from the Soviet times, from the 60s, 70s, maybe. It sounds like something out of that era. This is quite quirky. It has a niche, and definitely I see some groups really getting behind this. This actually, I think, has an outside chance of qualifying. That this could be really the big dark horse. I'm not saying it's gonna. I don't think it will, but I wouldn't rule this out completely.
I used to think the same, but then they put them right behind Ukraine in the running order, and I think this killed their chances. Completely.
That is a good point. That is a good point. Coming before Ukraine is maybe the worst spot possible in the semi.
But this is actually a huge fan favorite.
A song that sounds Soviet in this current war background, coming right before Ukraine. It's like, let's see the villain first, and then let's see.
I don't think it sounds Soviet, but then again, I never lived under the Soviet era, so he knows better.
Yeah. I like the first 10 seconds of the song. When it starts like, it excites me. But then, the way the song is just so linear, it doesn't go absolutely anywhere. The lack of charisma of the lead singer,
the
vocals that aren't that great, to me, it just looks like a high school production where this is the part where the boys that didn't want to do anything, they literally forced them to do something, and they gave them the song, and they just have to sing it. And they told them, all you have to appear is 3 minutes, and this is what they're doing. And that's not really a vibe I would like to go for if I was representing my country. It has grown on me in very granular ways, but
granular,
like tiny ways. But I don't think there is any hope for this. If Anna Soklic couldn't qualify, why are we even discussing this one's qualification chances?
I actually have another issue with them.
I don't think it's going to qualify. I don't like it. Giorgio, please.
My issue is their name. Like, they had such a cool band name, Last Pizza Slice, and instead they went for LPS, which everybody knows as Littlest Pet Shop. That's a kiddie show. Like, why did they do that to themselves? Last Pizza Slice was an amazing name. Their choice, but still.
All I know is if there was the last pizza slice on the table, I wouldn't give it to them. Moving on to the Ukraine, who is, for more than one reason, one of the biggest favorites in the semi-final. But let's talk about the song. I'm going to start with Mr. GERD ESTON.
Definitely, it has grown on me a lot. It's good. Based purely on the song, I don't think it would be that high in the betting odds. Definitely a qualifier, no doubt about it. And looking at the history of Ukraine and Eurovision Song Contest, they can pretty much qualify with every song they send. They always have something ethnic with a modern touch, and it just makes them stand out. It will appeal to the televotes mostly, but I think enough for the juries as well. And yeah, this is no question. This will qualify, and as you said, Sean, for more reasons than just the song, it's one of the favorites to win the whole thing.
Sorry, I went to blow my nose, but I heard everything.
Well, I don't agree with you on one thing, that the juries will not really appreciate this, because it's going to be inevitably political this year. And I feel like the juries, their names are revealed, like the name of each juror as well as the ranking. And I feel like nobody will want to be, called out as being anti-Ukraine, pro-Russia, even though, of course, they're only there to judge songs. The average ignorant person is going to accuse people of that. And yeah, I agree that it's not a very good Ukrainian entry, not as bad as 2017, but I don't really like it, but that's my personal taste. But what I don't really like about it is the process to select it. Like the lead singer literally started digging up on the Vidbeer winners' history and found out that in 2015 she had been to Crimea and denounced her to the public broadcaster. Like, that's not a winner behavior, that's a colluder.
Oh, so it was them. That was them who did this.
It was the lead singer who kept whining. Yeah.
Wow.
And what else? Yeah, and Gerd already said it, that song-wise, it was sixth in the betting odds when it first came out. Then the invasion began and it jumped first for obvious reasons. I think that they will destroy the televoting for obvious reasons. And yeah, I think that they will win this contest, actually. And I mean, yeah, that's it.
So you actually think this is going to win Eurovision?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to win here. I think that they have it on lock.
I mean, yeah,
Given the
2016,
situation,
Ukraine won with a purely political vote. This can easily happen again because it has escalated massively compared to that time even. So,
and I don't think
yeah.
that countries like
This is-
Lithuania, Poland, Czech Republic won't give it 12 points from the juries. Like, it's going to be like Jamala. Jamala got 11
Exactly.
sets of 12 points from the juries and 16 sets of 0 points, but that was still enough for her to get 211 jury points. And she won.
You bring up very, very interesting points to the table, and I agree with most of them. The thing that I mean, first of all, I don't want this to win because I believe that it would, if it won, it wouldn't be because it's the best song. So it's
Yeah,
I like the
absolutely.
song. This is my number 5 of the year. I really like Stefania. I really like Kalush Orchestra. I like the rap. I like the instrumental breaks. This was my winner in Vidbeer, but I wouldn't like to see this winning for the reasons that it just wouldn't be the best song. However, where I almost appreciate that this is the Ukrainian entry is that, as opposed to Shadows of Forgotten People, whatever that song was called by Alina Pash, that was an outright sympathy, like, please pity us. Whereas this is just a song trying to do well at Eurovision. There's no lyrics that talk about whatever's happening. There's no lyrics that are trying to, force the narrative down people's throats. And I appreciate that. But then again, for that reason, just based off that is why I would like to believe, more than I outright believe, that this won't win. I think that because the narrative isn't pushed hard down enough, it might not actually come out as the winner. And I do think there are countries, maybe not in this semifinal, but definitely in the Big Five, for instance, that will really challenge Ukraine for the win. But we will talk about those in another live stream. Like I said, I like the song, and if this was in another year and Ukraine would have won, then fair play. But a part of me likes to believe in the smartness of televoters. It is because of that smartness that Måneskin won. It is because of that smartness that Kano won the televote in 2019. And a part of me wants to believe that maybe the televote won't give Ukraine the win. And certainly,
The
I do
televote
think the
will give you
juries would be
350 points minimum.
bookmark that. I do think that the juries will give this a lot of love purely based on what's happening. That's almost insulting, Like, if I was Kalush Orchestra, I wouldn't want to win Eurovision just because of what's happening. I would want to win Eurovision because I have the best song, no?
That's out of their
So,
control.
yeah, for sure. But let's see what happens. Bex.
I agree with all the points that you guys mentioned. I mean, I like the song. It has it's ethnic, and then there's this modern, and then there's the rap. I mean, I like it, and as I was continue listening to it, I mean, I liked it even more. But I wouldn't want to see Ukraine winning. I mean, I believe there are other better songs compared to Ukraine, and I wouldn't want them to win simply on what's going on. I mean, I understand they're gonna be kind of like Poland, Czech Republic, and other countries that you will mention that most probably they will give them the 12 points because of what's going on. But then I think, as Sean said, if someone is gonna win, they're gonna win because they have the best song and not because simply of what's going on. But overall, I mean, I like the song, but for me, it's definitely not a winner. It will be maybe from the top 5 or maybe top 10, more of the top 10 rather than the top 5, but definitely not a winner in my opinion.
Well, another song that is certainly not a winner is the one that's coming up next. Who wants to start?
Why don't you start, Sean? You love this song.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do I start? This is my number 40 of 40. But actually, I agree with Eston. I don't hate any song this year, and certainly I don't hate this one. I think the reason why it came out on the 5th of December is to give people enough time, ridiculously, uncharacteristically enough time for people to latch on to this. And there are some melodic, points I can give, but at the end of the day, nothing can mask the datedness of the song, the lack of integrity, the lack of originality, the lack of even the song sounds louder than the vocals. Everything here is just wrong, dated, uninspiring, and I'm gonna say it outright. This is another candidate for last place. Please.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember how the song goes, so I can't really say much other than that it's not going to be remembered. It's a song that we've already heard 1,000 times before, and the last time we did was like 15 years ago, so it doesn't really have any redeeming qualities. I don't hate it.
15 or 50?
15. But it's just there. Like, I don't remember the melody, as I said, so it's that forgettable. And I feel bad for the Bulgarians and for the Bulgarian television who are clearly on a trolling mode on Twitter right now. They're like, if we have to cry, at least let's cry laughing. I like their positivity.
I mean, yeah, like you said, like both of you said, I have nothing really against it. It is a decent pop song, but nothing in it is special. Nothing in it is really that stands out. It's just pleasant enough.
To exist.
And yeah, I mean, there are more dated songs in the selection. I mean, there's Denmark, there's Slovenia. I mean, those are really dated songs. But yeah, Bulgaria, they're definitely not in a safety zone. They will not qualify. They might get some rock votes, but that's really it.
Bex, do you think this is a decent pop song?
No.
Rock, decent rock song,
Rock.
not
Yeah,
top price.
I
Okay.
thought you said pop. That's why I
thought you
was
said
off.
pop as
No,
Like,
no, 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 no. No, God, no. Decent rock.
Okay. Fate has been restored
yeah.
in the mighty EPIX EUROVISION Guy.
From my end, I mean, I agree with all you guys, all what you guys said. It's not a memorable song. It's very outdated, and I wouldn't place it last, but it's towards the end of last. Towards the end.
Fair enough. Towards the end of last. The next song is probably towards the far end of last. What do we think about the Netherlands? Bex, do you want to kick us off? Because I know that this is... Is this one of your favorite? This is one of your favorite songs,
It
right?
is. It is. I love this song. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, what she's saying because I don't speak Dutch. But there's something about the song that like from the moment I mean I heard it, like I don't know. There's something which like really like makes me want to listen to even more. Maybe I don't know the way she sings or maybe the message. But then again, I don't know what the message is about. But it's definitely one of my favorites. I definitely want to see this passing to the final. For me, this is one of my top 10 because I really like the song, and I'm surprised actually for Netherlands because I'm not really a big huge fan of Netherlands, but this one I do.
Georgia, you're usually the lyrics master. Do you know what the song is about?
Yeah, what's the song
I think
about?
I've read that it's about like feeling depressed after a loss of someone you loved. I think this is what it's about, but I'm not sure. I
I mean,
haven't been listening to the singer.
from the video, I guess it's about being in a relationship with someone. I think.
Yeah, but the title means the abyss, and it's about finding yourself in this abyss. So
Oh, okay.
it probably deals with depression or something like that. So now that I'm here, I'm going to say that even though it's not one of my favorite songs, I really respect it. I respect how the Dutch broadcaster went for a song in their own language, which is not an easy language to make other people like. It's full of hard, throaty sounds, and I think they did a very good job. And they're safely going to the final. Stien, which is how her name is pronounced, seems to be a capable performer, and this is not winning, but this is going to give the Netherlands a good result. The only thing that I think about is that I don't think this type of song is going to get any points from Mediterranean countries because, at least speaking about Italy, it's as far as possible from the general taste of people here in music. So, but the Nordics are going to love it and eat it up, so they're going to be safe, and it's going to be successful in a lot of countries. So, yeah, good job. And Dutch people are very proud of it, which is very important.
Well, Netherlands. I love it to pieces, as expected. This is probably the most listened to song this year for me. I just sometimes listen to it on repeat. I made a cover of it. I have read the lyrics. I mean, it is my number one or two this year overall. I would love to see it be in the top five. I wouldn't mind at all seeing this win. I don't think it will. I think the juries will really respect it. The televote will give this a lot of points, but not enough to make it win. But for me personally, wow, yeah, this is quality. And I mean, in the semis, there is no problem going through. It comes after two loudest songs as well before Moldova, which is really divisive. And I love it.
I think Giorgio hit the nail on the head when he said I respect it. I really, really respect this song. It's not in my top region, but I respect it. And I really appreciate this year because Måneskin's win sent out a massive assignment to all the countries. And unfortunately, not many countries understood the assignment. And the assignment of authenticity was perfectly understood by the Dutch broadcaster, who's not a broadcaster that usually understands this assignment. I'm not going to lie.
But you know what? The Netherlands are usually sending ballads like since 2013, when they first qualified after 9 years, they've been kind of using the same formula. And it's a formula that
I don't
works.
even mind. I don't even
So they
mind that
shouldn't
it's
change
valid.
it.
I'm just happy that it's something that is clearly authentic to the singer's
Yeah.
voice, the singer's artistic portfolio. It's in Dutch. When was the last time we heard a song in Dutch?
98?
And
No, 2020, 2010.
2010. Shalali, shalala.
Shalala, shalala.
Exactly.
I really respect this. It's going straight to the final. Let's move on. Moldova.
Moldova.
Oh, you like Moldova?
I do. It's quirky. I like it. I mean, I'm surprised that I like it, but like it has this bit of like I don't know, like the Jolly Good Friend, like that kind of song. That's why I like it, I guess. But I don't think this will pass to the final though. It's just kind of
No,
a fun song, and that's it.
really? I think that
Who
it will
knows?
pass to the final.
You
Like, I think
think?
this is the unexpected televoting success of the year. The song is, as you said, really quirky, really energetic. Dob Shush Deep, I don't know how to say their name, have have been at Eurovision twice already. They've passed to the final both times quite successfully, and they surely know how to stage an entry. So I think that Moldova will be fine this year. Yeah, they will be a televoting success. Yeah, it has Sir Hot energy, but with in tune vocals for some reason.
Yeah,
They're really endearing.
they will.
There's nothing that
They
I
will
can
definitely
criticize
go to
about
the
it,
final.
honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Moldova can stage a song. Okay, maybe last year was an exception, but overall, the artists as well. This is just so fun. It makes you smile and laugh every time you hear it. And I mean, definitely there will be a lot of people that hate it, but there will be more than enough people that absolutely love it. It will stand out. It will get a lot of televotes. I am worried about the jury. I don't see a lot of love coming from the juries, so that maybe could make it not qualify. But overall, I'm fairly certain this is going through to the final.
So do you
I'm
think it will get
torn.
more or less than 100 televoting points? Because 100 is usually the score of the 10th.
More.
Well, then it should be safe.
100 televote points. Someone who scores 10 the televote.
100
final.
points. No, in the semifinal, usually 100 points is like the benchmark that divides the qualifiers from the
total.
non-qualifiers. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is borderline for me. I filmed my predictions video, which is coming up on my channel. Like and subscribe. This is I'm in two minds about this song. It's the exact kind of song that I should like. It's ethnic, it's folksy, it's upbeat, it's performed with a lot of energy. But for some reason, I don't connect with it at all, and it just falls down in the abyss of my bottom 10. However, I do think there will be a lot of televote support for this. I do think the juries won't have that much trouble with it either. But you know, the Moldovan broadcaster just picks people with money at the end of the day. They pick artists who have money. Natalia Gordienko has money. Ana Obudescu had a lot of money. And these guys have a lot of money. Have you seen their music video? That is expensive. And that money is gonna come out on stage as well. So I have no doubt that it's going to be staged in a way where it's going to be very competitive. But for some reason, I'm not quite sure just yet if this is going to qualify or not, because I struggle to see people connecting with this kind of fun. You know, this is people should connect with this kind of fun in a Eurovision way. And for some reason, I should be putting the song in my top 5, but I'm not. So just on my personal take on the song, I'm not gonna call this a definite qualifier for sure. But if it does qualify, it won't surprise me. And moving on to another one that I the exact same way about is Portugal. And GERD EPIX Eurovision Guy, I would also expect that you like this song. Prove me right, prove me wrong.
I will prove wrong. This is decent, but for me, this is even more sleepy and boring than Switzerland. Shock, yeah, I know, but it was not even on my radar in Portuguese national selection. It was a complete surprise for me that it won, but I mean, Portugal always selects songs that I don't want them to pick. Yeah, this will definitely mostly compete with Iceland. And from those two, I for sure prefer Iceland, which is in my overall top 15. This one, I don't know. It's good, but it's sleepy and it's boring for me. Qualifying wise, very on the borderline, I think. I wouldn't call this a certain qualifier because there are a lot of songs that this will compete for points with. I already named Iceland. I think Croatia might snap up some points as well. That there are just so many ballads, and I don't know if this is impactful enough to qualify. So, yeah, very on the borderline. Personally, not my qualifier.
Yeah, it's really hard to predict actually which of these ballads are going to qualify, because not all of them for sure are going through. And the jury vote is going to be decisive because it's usually unpredictable, and they're definitely back one of these songs for whatever reason. May it be the staging, or may it be something that they feel that night, like some sort of connection. I agree with you. Like, this song could qualify, it couldn't. I wouldn't be surprised either way. About my personal opinion on it, I really like it. It's in my overall top 10. It's really relaxing, really soothing. I really like her voice. And even though I preferred other songs from Festival da Canção, I tend to like Portuguese songs a lot. So this goes on to tell how high the quality was in their selection.
Rebecca Nicole de Guara.
I like the song. It's very relaxing. But I do agree with you guys on whether this song will pass or not. I mean, I would like to see it pass to the final, but it's very debatable. But overall, I like the song. I like the fact that it's also in Portuguese and also in English. But it's still very much debatable. Half. But it's still very much debatable whether it will pass or not.
Yeah, we're a house united. I feel the exact same way. Portugal is a difficult one to predict because when you think, they have the most, and I know this is debatable on Estonian front, but when you think they have the most amazing song and it's going to qualify to the final, #Telemoveis, #Quero Ser Tua.
Telemoveis was very divisive.
Yeah. But a lot of people liked it enough to be so high up in the bookies, and everyone thought it was going to qualify, but it didn't. Same thing with Susie. And then when they brought a song like last year's, where no one really thought it was going to qualify.
Yeah, everybody thought it was dead in the water.
No, that was going to be a jury favorite, and it was, with that staging, always going to qualify.
Yeah, but we had to wait.
We were judging based on the performance from Festival da Canção, and they gave some of the worst vocals of the season there. So everybody thought,
no.
Don't you remember? At Festival da Canção, they were like unlistenable.
The point is that it's difficult to predict with Portugal.
Yeah, it's difficult to predict.
And I don't necessarily love this song. I thought there were actually better songs in Festival da Canção. I knew this was going to win because there was a lot of hype behind it, but I can appreciate it. Yes, I like it. Like Beck said, it's relaxing. It's elevator music. Sometimes you need some elevator music.
No, disco is elevator music. This one isn't. This one is spa music.
If I heard disco in an elevator, I would take the stairs.
I always take the stairs. I'm claustrophobic. No, but anyway, I imagine having like a massage and listening to this song, and I'm like, in ecstasy.
Saudade. Is this one a guilty pleasure, Giorgio?
Croatia. So imagine selecting the biggest pop star of the new generation from your country, and she has a song as weak as guilty pleasure. I personally don't mind it. I actually like the idea behind it. The lyrics are well written for a country whose native language is not English.
What is the idea?
The idea of being in a relationship and dreaming of someone else,
the lyric.
but wanting to be faithful. Like I think it's very original actually. Like she did a good job.
I agree.
But the outcome of the song overall doesn't make it stand out. Might be the instrumentation that it's to be a little bit too low key. Might be her voice that it's too high pitched throughout the song. Might be the Dora performance where she was wearing like heavy makeup and a black outfit, which doesn't fit the song at all. But she said that she's going to change it. But still, I don't believe that this song has any chances. Like all the damage it could do is stealing points from other similar songs. I wouldn't mind seeing Croatia qualifying, but I don't see it for them.
GERD ESTON.
This has been falling and falling and falling in my ranking. It
Yes,
started up quite high, somewhere in my top 15, but it just has been falling, and I don't really listen to it anymore. I got bored of it surprisingly quickly. It's not a bad song. It has quality. It's well sang. Hopefully, the performance will also be better than in the national selection. But yeah, uh, qualifying wise, it's too forgettable, I think. Nothing in it really stands out. And like you said, it will just steal points from Portugal, Iceland, and songs like that. Yeah. Not a guilty pleasure, just a decent pop song.
Bex, is it a decent pop song?
Honestly, I mean, I don't listen to it very often. I mean, I got bored of the song quite easily. Um, honestly, I don't even know what I'm gonna say about this because it's for me. It's also very forgettable. Like I I had to say, reminding myself what this song is.
Croatia.
It's yeah. It's definitely not my guilty pleasure. But I don't really have much of an opinion about this song because it's not really wow, from in my
Once
opinion. But
again, this is a house united. I didn't hate
yes.
it when it came out because I didn't follow Dora at all until after it happened. And I get this vibe, man, in Croatia. They always have one song that would clearly qualify. And this year they had two. And what do? They don't want them to win. So they give them spots numbers 1, 2, or 3 in the running order. They
No,
completely
that's a
bury
draw.
them.
That's a draw. Like they didn't
Is
choose the
it?
running order. Yeah, it's a
I don't
draw.
believe draws happen in the Balkans. I'm sorry. um, I don't know, but I heard that song by Prosti, forgive me.
Yeah, Mijana Govetic.
Which really reminded me of the Molly Sandén song in the Eurovision movie.
That would have qualified.
That would have qualified. That would have come top 10, bro. That would have done really well. And I don't know, like who's paying for the Croatian participation? I mean, Mia Dimšić, surely.
But Mia
I don't
Dimšić,
get
as I
it.
said, is the biggest pop star from this generation in Croatia. So they voted for the name, much
With
like
a
Edmond
terrible
Muscat in
song.
Malta.
I'm sorry. I do like the lyrics. I agree with you 100%. And with some really, really dodgy lyrics at Eurovision, I think that the lyrics surely, I mean, it's very original.
Yeah.
But
Her idol is Taylor Swift, so she was
of
going to
course
be
she is.
lyrics focused. Yeah,
Of course it's
her
Taylor
focus
Swift. I
is
mean,
totally on the lyrics, but Taylor
a
Swift's
girl
melodies are
sitting
some
on a
of the
tree
weakest in
trunk
pop. So.
barking down a guitar. Of course it's Taylor Swift. But I don't know. I don't think this is going to qualify. And Croatia really needs to rethink what songs they are going to push forward, because if Albina couldn't qualify, who, mind you, I never said it's going to qualify, unlike most of the Eurovision hypers,
Yeah,
this isn't going to do much anyway. Yeah, moving on. Who likes Denmark? And I think it's you. You like
me.
Denmark.
I like Denmark because like my favorite music genre is soundtrack to a teen movie from the beginning of the 2000s, and this one fits exactly in this type of soundtrack. I 100% think it's not going to qualify, but it's surely a nice addition to this contest for my taste. That's it. Of course, I'm not going to be deluded on its chances, but I enjoy it.
I agree 100% with Giorgio. I mean, I like this song. It feels like I'm watching a movie from the early 2000s. But I don't think it will pass through. I mean, there are better songs. There are better songs than Denmark. Apparently, I can no longer speak. But but I like the song. I mean, it has a nice beat. It reminds me of the good old times when I was a kid.
The good old
Definitely
times, yeah.
like it.
When we
Good
were
old
little
times.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, very retro, very dated. Like I said, it's a likable song. Starts off as a ballad, then becomes more upbeat and rock. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't see it qualifying either, but I mean, who knows? Maybe Portugal, Iceland, Croatia, countries like that all divide the points, and none of them will qualify, and a song like this will. I mean, last year, uh, I, I said when I couldn't decide either Denmark or Austria would qualify, maybe just Moldova will jump in and will. I mean, I'm not saying Denmark is the one that will jump in and qualify, but it's definitely a song that will get some televotes. Very throwback, and it's a likable song. I don't think many people will hate it.
Yeah. I like it. It's very middle of the road for me. I I certainly don't hate it. I could see it qualify because it's not boring enough for it not to qualify. But yeah, of course, if I'm trying to make a prediction, I don't think it's going to qualify. But I don't know. There's a really melodic twist to it that I really like, and Denmark in recent years has been also one of my least favorite Eurovision countries. I just feel like they pick the worst songs in the world, and from a music industry that has given so much, I expect so much better. I still expect better than the show, but it's an improvement. And if it qualifies, I wouldn't mind, but if it doesn't, I can expect that. And on more, moving on to Austria, I wanted to say there is more debate on this one in terms of qualification, and I'm gonna start with GERD ESTON.
Uh, I don't think there's much debate. This will qualify. I don't see any question here. It's right in between Denmark, which is most likely not going to qualify, before Iceland. So this is really the only song in its genre here in the semi. There have been some issues with the vocals in live performances, but I
Issues?
mean, in Eurovision, the vocals, it seems, don't really play any role. So I don't think that will be an issue. Um, the song is strong enough to qualify. It will make people dance. It will be remembered. It was the end. I don't see any scenario where this could be left out of the final. Very strong, very upbeat, very happy song.
Completely agree with you. And people focus too much on the vocals, you're right, but they forget that now pre-recorded backing vocals are allowed, and I definitely think that Pia Maria will pull an Effendi, and 80% of the song will be just pre-recorded vocals, because if it's allowed, why not? As for the rest, I agree with you on everything. It's a song that's going to stand out. It's memorable enough, it's energetic, and it's perfectly placed in the running order for it to stand out. So finally, this for Austria.
I agree
I
with
would
you.
love, I would love to agree as well. I love this song. It's in my top 10 comfortably this year. I'm really happy that for once in the last 500 years, Austria is sending a song that is appropriate for Eurovision while at the same time being a radio-friendly song. It's got that perfect balance for me. Most of the time, we get either really radio-friendly pop songs that just crash and burn on stage, or we get performances that on the radio, they're not good. And consequently, I don't care about the radio, but consequently, the juries don't give them that much love. And I think this is the perfect balance. In in terms of vocals, I slightly disagree with the both of you because I do think that if it is as bad as, I don't know, let's say Yulia Samoilova Russia 2018, and I did see the performances of Pia Maria and Lumix right now, and they are terrible. They are literally terrible. Now the broadcast is trying to, COVID wash it on like Pia Maria not having fully recovered from having COVID. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, there's always the sick excuse.
If the vocal performance is gonna be terrible, the live vocal, I know there's pre-recorded backing vocals and all of this crap, but if the live vocal is that terrible, nothing can save it. Think Natalia Gordienko last year, who can she sing? I don't think so. Even with all of
She
that
qualified.
pre-recorded, yes, but even with what she qualified, let's ask Philip Kirkorov how many SIM cards he bought in Estonia to begin with. How the hell did Estonia give Moldova 12 points? Yeah, with those bad vocals, I don't believe that enough pre-recorded backing vocals can save it. Now, I'm hoping that it really was an off in Tel Aviv, and Pia can sing better than that. But I want to see this qualify. I want to see this do it. I want to see Austria getting a good result for a song that will encourage them to send more songs like this. But we are yet to see on the vocals. I still think it's going to qualify, but
Yeah, they will conceal the bad vocals anyway. I confide that they will hide them somehow.
let's hope there won't be that much to conceal.
They have time to rehearse.
Like someone said, Lumix wouldn't pick someone to sing his song who couldn't sing.
Lumix is 18 years old. How much creative integrity is he given in his decisions?
He's 19.
Oh.
No, but he's a DJ.
He's
given a lot of integrity. And also, it was a public submission to the Austrian broadcaster, or I think they contacted them. I don't know, but Austria tends to leave a lot of artistic integrity to their singers. Like, if you think of Panda, there was an interview with the Austrian man who's responsible, for the Eurovision participation, and he said that Panda, she was asked to change her song, and she said, "No, this is the song, and this is what I'm going to sing." So it's clear that Austria gives a lot of,
Panda's manager said.
Yeah, of course, but this shows that Austria leaves a lot of artistic integrity to their artists, and I think that Hello is just what Lumix wanted.
We'll never know, or maybe we will in another Wee Blogs interview. But yeah, I hope this qualifies. I really hope this qualifies. Bex, do you want to finish
this song? I mean, Sean knows me. At first, I didn't like this song at all. But then I continue listening, and nowadays I like it more. I do want actually to see them to see Austria passing through. So yeah, go on Austria.
Oh, one thing though, this is a song that's going to be hard to stage because are they going to do like Poland 2018, Light Me Up, where the the DJ was just awkwardly standing there and pretending to DJ for 3 minutes. Like, is Lumix going to do the same? I hope that they hide Lumix as well as they can, and that they let Pia Maria and the 4 dancers.
They probably won't.
Well, then hope that they show him.
You know what it's gonna be. And this brings me to a very beautiful memory in Tallinn when I was sitting in GERD ESTON's car, listening to The Ride by Rafal. You know what Lumix is gonna be? Put your hands up in the air! Make some noise!
Oh,
This is exactly what it's gonna be.
Oh, God.
I do not look
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. I'm pretty
It's gonna be so awkward.
Moving on. From Austria to the nice lands of Reykjavik. Okay, please. GERD EPIX EUROVISION Guy. You clearly love this enough. Why and how?
Yeah, I do. It's on the border of my overall top 10. Really magical. It stood out from the moment I listened to it in the Songvakeppnin. And I mean, I couldn't understand why Turn This Around was such a big favorite. To me, it's just pain in every organ. I have. Unlistenable song. But this is just so magical. This is in their own native language, which is beautiful, by the way. Um, three sisters, their voices blend beautifully. The staging given in Iceland was, I think, very suitable for the song, and I think they will do something similar in Turin. I really hope this will qualify. It would, I would love it. It's really on the borderline, like I said, competing with Portugal, for example. But it comes later on in the semi. What I am afraid of is that it will drown between Austria, Greece, and Norway. I mean, Greece and Norway are definitely two favorites that will go through, and they might be more memorable. But I hope that Iceland is just this sweet little country-esque song in between that will capture the hearts of Europeans voting.
Yeah, I'm also a huge fan of this. It's in my top 10 overall. I really love the performance that they gave in Iceland. It was such a 70s retro throwback, actually, but done so well and masterfully. Their harmonies are perfect. The song itself is hauntingly magic. I'm also on the fence on its qualification chances. It's another song that the juries could completely back, and that will help them. I don't see the televoters giving them too much love, at least in the context of this semifinal. But if it does qualify, I'm going to be super happy because this is one of the best songs that Iceland has ever sent to the Eurovision, and leaving it in the semifinal will be such a pity. Do you guys also love it?
It seems they don't, especially Sean.
And I also don't get the love for Turn This Around, by the way, but it was mostly for the act rather than for the song, because the song was really just 3 minutes of noise.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that, George, you like it, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected you to like this kind of song. I'm happy that you like it, but surprised.
This year, I'm just changing, my overall taste. I'm opening up to new stuff. I do that once every 5 years.
Bex, you wanna...
Well, Sean and Bex say something.
I will.
I like that they sing it. I like that they sing in their native language. And the song, it's very calm and how to explain it? There's something about it that makes you feel more calmer, more easier. But is it magic? Disneyland is magic, not this song. Sorry. I mean, would I like to see it going to the final? I think there are better songs to go to the final than Iceland. Sorry. SHAUUNZERS.
I love that it's in Icelandic. And
that's where the positivity stops.
Listen. Do you remember that song? I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. We all have a choice.
Our choice.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound anything like that. Come on.
No, it doesn't.
It's more like Calm After the Storm.
No. It doesn't sound like it. I wasn't gonna compare it to it, but I was gonna say that I think it's better than that. I think Our Choice by Ari Olafsson, I like it more than this one. Listen, I can say,
are you kidding?
While I don't think that there is any magic here, I get what you mean. No, I'll give you that. However, I think, okay, this is purely, this is what it is. This is the Nordic magic, right? This is the Nordic, Icelandic magic. And I am coming from a Mediterranean country. I am living in a Nordic country. I'm sick of the Nordic magic. I don't connect with it. And this is, I'm at a point in my life, I think, where I'm not buying the Nordic magic and I'm missing the Mediterranean magic. And maybe I will not appreciate the Nordic magic at this point in time. Speak to me when I'm in Malta, then we'll have a different conversation. But I'm sorry. I think this one is one of the weakest songs this year. I think, while I didn't necessarily like
George,
Turn This
don't
Around.
cry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't necessarily like Turn This Around that
I'm
much
getting
either.
sad.
No,
I
I'm
liked
not
it more
crying.
than this.
But
I was just sneezing and coughing for no reason.
I liked it more than this, but yeah, I don't understand half the hype that song got. But I don't think this is gonna qualify. I don't think this is gonna do anything in the televote. It might be that jury song that comes up like nothing on earth, and and the seventh qualifier is Iceland, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And then we understand that it came fourth in the jury vote. It might be, but I don't know. And it's coming before another ballad from Greece. I'm pretty sure that Greece is gonna steal a lot of the magic that Iceland is gonna give. Who wants to start with Greece?
Me, a
Giorgio.
non-fan. No. So I have no doubts that Greece is going to qualify, but at the same time, I don't really understand the point of this entry. Like, it doesn't represent Greece in any way. I also don't think that it's going to be as successful as Eurofans make it out to be, and the book is too. For example, it takes too long to build up. The spoken part at the beginning, the sing and spoken part at the beginning, might actually sound like a turn off live, and she's going to be heavily relying on pre-recorded backing vocals for it. The song itself has nothing really going on in it, so you either like that type of song or you don't. And I think that it's going to get a Katerin Duska type of result in the end, where she comfortably qualified for the semifinal, but in the final she did absolutely nothing. Like, when it comes to ballads this year, there's much better to choose from. We have the Netherlands, for example, with a song perfectly representing their country, and then we have this. From Greece, one will expect something that is the complete opposite from this song that essentially is 75% Norwegian, because it was written by a half Greek, half Norwegian girl, Amanda, and by her Norwegian friend. So it's more suitable for the Norsk Melody Grand Prix than for, the Greek representation. And it's the further proof that the Greece broadcaster completely lost its direction after they stopped being successful in 2014. They still haven't found their identity ever since, and they're just throwing anything to the wall and seeing what it sticks. And for a country as flavorful as Greece, I hope that they find their way again soon.
I agree 1000% about the whole Greek narrative that you just mentioned. I agree 100%, honestly. I feel like they had someone like you in the delegation, right? And after they got the song, they chose it. Amanda, let's go. There was someone like you who said this, and they said, okay, let's film the video on all of the most beautiful Greek islands, and let's just Greece wash it and make it look as Greek as possible. But on Spotify, it still sounds nothing like Greece. And I'm not saying everyone should
Cyprus
be.
is actually outstreaming it.
I agree. I don't necessarily think everyone should be singing the national anthems at Eurovision, even though I wouldn't mind that. But I agree. As much as I like this song, I can't stand the intro. That sort of distorted, like chopped vocals thing in the intro. I cannot stand it. But admittedly, I really like the chorus, and it's the song that has grown on me most recently. It's gonna qualify for sure. I'm not sure how it's gonna do in the final, because I don't necessarily think that this is an immediate televote success. But again, there isn't that much, jury obvious picks this year, and Greece could be one for the juries. Greece could be one that comes shockingly third in the
I feel
jury
like
vote.
there's way too much for the juries to choose from this year.
Really? No, I
Yeah.
think this year they're a bit limited, and I think
I actually think that the jury vote is going to be very compact in the final, to the point nobody gets more than 250, much like it happened in 2019. Like nobody's going to run away with
well,
the juries.
that's good then, because it means that the televote will decide who wins.
Yeah, or Ukraine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I
Yeah.
think they're winning. No, but another
Greece-
thing about
Greece
Greece
won't be
for me-
winning the televote. That's it for me.
Yeah, but another thing about Greece for me is that they're actually shooting themselves in the foot, like the broadcaster, because they keep selecting people that the Greeks don't care about. Who in Greece is backing this Amanda girl based on her name? Like, they have so many wonderful artists in Greece. I'm sure about that. I don't know who they are. They don't have to outsource,
Despina Fandi.
go to Norway, go to the Netherlands, go to wherever else they want to go next year to find their Eurovision representative. They even went to Canada for Catherine Duska. Like, was it necessary?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
They're totally lost their compass.
I agree. I wouldn't mind if they hop off to Florida to bring back Calomira, though. But
Yeah?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, oh well.
I agree
Well-
with Georgia. I mean that. Sorry. Continue.
No,
Sorry.
go on.
I agree with Georgia that Greece lost its identity. I mean, they had amazing songs back in 2008, 9, 10, I can continue. They were amazing. But nowadays, I mean, if you take last year and the year before, it's not great. You know, I mean, for me, the song, it has grown on me, definitely. But there isn't really much to say about it, actually. But it's just there. But will it pass? I think so, yeah. But
I mean, this is definitely qualifying. That's not even a question. And the whole backstory and which artists Greek broadcaster selects, none of that will be on the minds of people watching the contest and people voting. So, I mean, we can discuss all of that, but the people who have the phones and select the numbers, they don't even know any of that.
As much as I agree
I'm
with you,
curious.
Gerd, as much as I agree with you, I do think, however, people are looking at that tiny little thing that says 15 Greece and looking at what's happening, and people are trying to match the two. And I think that's why Måneskin, Barbara Pravi, Blind Channel, Go Away, I think that's also part of why they did so incredibly well in the televote.
Yeah, I think that the
while I
country you
do agree
represent
with you-
definitely
Yeah.
has
While I
a
agree
way.
with you, this won't be on the minds of people. I do think people are looking for, this is Greece? Oh, I would
Yeah.
never know.
People
know
are
what I
going to be
mean?
confused.
But please continue.
Yeah.
That didn't stop them last year. They got the 10th place.
Well,
That
last
wasn't a
year
Greek
they had a
song.
lot of suspicious
Uh,
points. Like, look at their points breakdown. They got lots of 12s and 10s from small countries where televote is easy to manipulate, or countries where the songwriters were from. Same with the jury vote. Last year it didn't feel like a top 10 result. Like, come on, who remembers the Greek song last year?
I do. I loved it.
We do,
Anyways,
It didn't feel as
but
big as
the song itself, I really like it. It's in my top 5, as probably expected. Again, it takes a long time to build, but where it eventually ends up is beautiful, impactful, and I don't see any reason why this couldn't finish in top 15 or left side of the board in the final.
Life changing. Yeah, I agree. Okay, well,
I see many reasons why wouldn't.
I think top 15 is
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to end as high as the bookies are predicting. That's it.
Well, 7th, might be too high, but it's.
Oh, it's down to 7th.
I mean,
It was 5th the other day.
it's
Well, good thing.
it's 7th right now. Yeah,
Good thing it's falling.
dropping a bit, but yeah,
it has
looking at the
over
list,
10 by
there are
songs are worse than Greece, but for another conversation.
There are so many songs high up in the bookies ranking that, I mean, Switzerland 14th. Come
But I
on.
think that's
Serbia
because
13th.
people placed a lot of
Australia
bets.
10th. Not gonna happen.
People placed a lot of bets on Switzerland and forgot to, remove them when the song came out. That's my theory.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the
Switzerland has
bookies.
hype from last year and from 2019, where they were extremely successful. So I can see why people thought they were going to win again. But shall we move on to Norway now?
moving on from
Let's-
under 10 fjords
Norway.
actual home.
Norway.
Let's start with Norway. I want to reference Gerli Eston. No, not Gerli. Gerli Sepp, who thinks that this should be a rap song. And I'm just going to say I agree with her. Let's hear it from her son.
I don't think it's a good idea to make it a rap song, but I love it to pieces. I think it's my third right now. Loved it from the moment it came out. It's just amazing. Really fun, and I miss these like quirky joke entry type of songs in Eurovision sometimes. We had a lot of them, too many of them, like in the 2008 was the peak probably. But we need a song like this in the competition, and outside of it as well, how active they are in social media, how funny they are. And the song itself is really quality as well, with different lyrics. This could potentially be a big radio hit. This is getting tons and tons of televoting points. Juries, yeah, let's see. I don't think they will completely bury this, and definitely coming in the top 10 in the final.
Agreed. Actually, in the beginning, I really hated this song because, they're essentially furries, and I'm very against that. But then I started listening to it, and, all the vocal layers and the little details that there are in the song, like when they frantically scream, "Someone give that wolf a banana!" That's so funny, it cracks me up. And it somehow ended up fourth in my top, which is where it is now. Yeah, it's a type of humor that's from like 10 years ago, but I was a teen 10 years ago, so I really understand it, and I find it extremely funny. About the result, I agree with you. It's going to be a televoting smash. Juries, they want to be taken seriously, and they won't be voting for this, and I've accepted it, but they're going to be a public favorite, which in my opinion is more important, so good for them.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this song.
Sean, you're so negative today.
I hate.
Why do you hate this song? It's fun.
I'm about to tell you why. I don't get the fun element. I'm sorry. You say it's fun. I think it's lame. You say it's cheap. I think it's stupid. I think it's annoying.
It is stupid, though.
Give that wolf
It
a
is
banana.
stupid.
It is stupid in a perfect way.
I don't find perfection in stupidity. Listen, I understand why people like this, but I just don't. It's my drum roll, please. It's my number 37 this year. I actually liked it when it came out. I thought it was. I genuinely think it was the best song in Melody Grand Prix. But the more like other songs came out, I just understood it as a really lame and annoying offering. And what really puts me in this mindset, I think, as well, is okay. I understand that the artists do not want to show themselves as taking this seriously, but their PR is so annoying. When they tested positive and they couldn't perform Melody Grand Prix, we met a creature called Omicron on the way. Bro, this isn't BBC 7 a.m. kids shows.
They're just staying in their character.
I don't like it. I think it's lame. I think it's really not for me. However, I actually think this is gonna get jury points.
Yes.
Think about it. It's a radio-friendly song. It's a Western European country. This is going to get jury points. Whereas with the
But
televote,
but
I think it's gonna get.
did Western European song "Spirit in the Sky" get many jury points?
But it wasn't a radio-friendly song. It was a song for the stage, and that's why
Hmm.
the juries completely obliterated it, and the public, rightfully so, pushed it up where it belonged. But that's an argument um, for another place. But the televote, I think this is gonna get an Alexander Rybak kind of treatment. I think it's gonna
Really?
do very well I think it's gonna do very well in the semi-final.
Mm-hmm.
But in the final, I mean,
Oh,
obviously we don't know the finalists yet, and we don't know the running order. But I think it might be a little bit forgotten. And by this, I mean it might come like 11th or 12th. Still good for televote, but not as good as like this is not gonna be Daddy Frere,
well, it
is it?
depends on the running order in the end.
Yeah, it does depend
Daddy
on the running
had
order. It's true.
huge jury support as well. Wasn't he
And
like
Daddy had
fifth in the
huge
jury vote?
support as well. I don't think
Yeah.
that's why he came forward, but like there was a sympathy vote. Let's be real. But yeah, it might scrape into the top 10. It might not. I don't know. But this isn't for me. It's the Nordic kind of funny that I find enjoyed. Bex?
I love this song. It's fun. It's quirky. It is stupid, and I love it. um, at first, I was very skeptical of the song. I was like, "What the hell is this song?" But then, as I continued listening to it, I loved it even more. And as you all guys said, I think it's gonna do well in the jury. And I want this to definitely go to the final. I'm a very
Oh,
big
it's
fan
going
of
to the
this
final.
song.
Don't worry. It's going to the final. Is Armenia going to the
Yeah.
final, though?
No.
I'm going to start with Giorgio because I am yet to understand, and please do tell me why this is in your top 3. Go ahead.
No, it's
Yeah,
my
how do
second.
you like?
It's my second.
It's your
Well,
second. How the
it's
hell
my
is your
second, yeah.
second?
It is. Well, I am giving it all the 5 televotes in the semifinal. Everybody has to know that all the countries have 20 televotes maximum. Italy has 5. Well, so I can only vote 5 times, and they're all going to Armenia in the semifinal. Why do I like it so much? I like the energy that it has. It's a very relaxing song. I think
It has energy.
yeah, it's relaxing but energetic at the same time for me. Actually, Rosalind's voice is very emotional. The lyrics, I like how she uses snap in different meanings. It reminds me of when Katy Perry did Never Really Over, and she used the word over with 4 meanings in one sentence. I thought it was a really cool wordplay. And her performing abilities have proved to be more than decent, actually. I don't know if it's going to the final. Like, I'm very on the fence on it. It's last in the running order, and that should favor it. But at the same time, at the beginning, I thought it was going to end like 14th in the semifinal, as much as I loved it. Now I think it's maybe going to end 11th or 12th. So I'm not too sure it's going to qualify, unfortunately. But if it does, it's going to be a very borderline thing, and in the final it's going to crash to the bottom. But it's a song that I love, so I'm going to stay positive.
Bex.
This is going to the final.
Oh. Whoever.
Oh no, continue, Eston, continue.
Okay, well, I really have no doubts. This is a fairly certain qualifier. I think it's a very radio-friendly song, which the juries have proved to lean towards those. It's last in the running order. It comes after a crazy song from Norway, so people that will not like Norway's song may really find this relaxing and very good. This is sweet. This is comfy. This is pleasant. It
Comfy,
has
you
the
found the right
sing-along
word.
quality. Yeah, this is just sweet, And
It's a song that
if
hugs you.
staged right, exactly. And if staged right, I don't even see this crashing in the final. It definitely won't do anything big, but it won't be among the last places in the final. And yeah, I mean, I can't really see a scenario where this doesn't qualify because it will get both the jury and televote points. Comfortable qualifier.
I'm going to go by your narrative.
Armenia. It is not what I expected from Armenia. I mean, usually Armenia sends these beautiful ethnic songs, and it's just I was kind of expecting that kind of song, but I'm not. I mean, I don't really listen to this song. I mean, because I really wanted them to send something like ethnic, because I know that they actually send beautiful ethnic songs. Exactly. So will this go to the final? Honestly, I mean, I think I would be happy if it didn't. Sorry.
I take your points. I take your points. I'm, how I was with Croatia, how I was with Portugal, how I was with Iceland. I'm the same with Armenia. Middle of the road. Someone made a comment on my reaction, and I think they said it perfectly. Armenia at Junior Eurovision, send everything. Armenia at Eurovision, just send something.
But Armenia
And
Junior Eurovision sent everything last year for the first time in years.
yeah, but like, they
not a
probably started
Poland
watching
case.
Eurovision 5 minutes ago, but they said it. They said it. I don't hate this. I think of these, of these kinds of songs, in particularly in the semifinal, it might be the one that does the best. I think it's got money behind it. It's got staging behind it. It's clearly got EBU support from it. The head of delegation of Armenia is in the reference group, so he probably has some sort of power there. And I do think this is going to go to the final. However, I really do agree with Bex. I want Armenia to give me back Kele Kele, Jan Jan. What else? Love Wave. This is what I expect from Armenia. Maybe the
Those
bar
were
is too
exactly.
high, but especially coming after 2 absences at Eurovision, the Armenian War. You just want to come back like Jamala did. Like,
They're not
I
trying
don't
to
know.
win. They already have to host Junior
I
Eurovision.
think I think they're not trying to win, but they're also not. I think in the same way we said Greece is trying to erase any ethnic, substance from
Yeah,
their
but
songs.
Greece has been
I
doing
think,
that for a decade now. Estonia's just
yeah,
one-off thing.
okay. I think Armenia is doing the exact same thing. I think they want to push these mainstream songs, and just so that they get the the slap in the face for doing so, I low key hope that this doesn't qualify, so that maybe we can get back the ethnic songs. But this is not really doing it for me. Why is it closing the show? I'm gonna blame it on some amazing staging. And Rosalind, in her defense, she can sing very well live. She has a lot of charisma. She has terrible outfits, but I think that can be fixed by the time we get to May. And yeah, this will probably qualify. But what would it do in the final? I would be insulted if this came higher than 22nd. Any final thoughts?
Shall we share our predicted qualifiers?
Do we have any? I don't have any yet.
I have mine. Like I already did all the
You
Excel
do?
files and tables and everything. Yeah, with all
Okay,
the precise votings.
give us your 10.
Okay, let me find Excel file.
Okay,
Here
I
we
do
go.
I do have 10, but I want to say for a video I'm gonna post like later on. But fuck it. So I think it's gonna be Greece, Norway, Austria, Armenia, Moldova, the Netherlands, Ukraine, Lithuania, Latvia, and Albania.
For me, they're going to be Albania, Lithuania, Ukraine, Netherlands, Moldova, Portugal, Austria, Greece, Norway, and Armenia.
You forgot Switzerland. And Gerd, any
Well,
qualifiers?
I wrote down 4 categories: qualifiers, likely qualifiers, borderline, and no. I'm certain that Netherlands, Ukraine, Greece, Norway, Albania will qualify. Most likely Armenia, Austria, Lithuania, and Moldova will. And then Portugal or Iceland, I just can't decide. It can go either way. Or, like I said, someone else completely different sneaks in and takes the spot from both of them.
Being green is cool.
And who are the non-qualifiers?
Definitely no. Bulgaria, Latvia, I don't see it. Croatia, Denmark, Switzerland, Slovenia. Well, I mean, they're all. I can't see them qualifying.
Yeah,
but
I agree with you. Except for Latvia, for me, it's borderline. But the others, they're dead in the water.
A lot of boys will cry, especially in Slovenia, Switzerland, and Bulgaria.
They'd better.
Well, that's it from us. We have talked about all the countries in semi-final 1. Thank you, anyone who watched. Thank you to you guys who joined. We will be back next week to discuss semi-final 2. And that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Please like this live stream if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel and come and follow me on Instagram, where you can see more Eurovision-related material. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.